What can you do with 99 pallets? A few days ago, we posted on social media that we got all these pallets, and if you've followed our channel for a while, you know that we love pallets. We like to do lots of different pallet projects, and we use pallet wood for various things. So we hit the jackpot, the pallet jackpot, this past week, and a close family member of ours was able to help me get his work actually had all these pallets that we needed to get rid of, and so I jumped all over that. So he helped me go load them up, and we got over 99 pallets here, plus some bins and other things. So let me show you what we've got, and we'll take you around and kind of show you some of the plans that we have to use up these pallets this year. All right, so we've got a total, I believe, of 99. That's what my wife counted, and I don't think that was including these bins. There's a few of these little bins here. There's a couple up on the top. These pallets are in really good shape. They're actually fairly new. These are not the ones that I normally get. The ones I normally get are kind of disasters. Usually they're the broken pieces, the ones that the company can't take back or can't return. But these were actually extras that they didn't need, and so this one here has a full 2x4 on it. A lot of usable wood here. This one here, look at that. That's like almost like a rough sawn. That's an odd shape, a big thick piece of wood. Lots of really good usable wood. We also got these bins that need some repairs, but look at these little bins. These are going to work perfect for our brooders. We've got another one down here. It looks like little crates that like engine parts came in, or motors or something like that. Some of them might not be repairable, but they're pretty tough little crates actually. So I'm going to use those for I think brooding our baby chicks. A couple of these little crates here. These ones I may just take apart for the wood unless I can find some other use for them. Main score is all of these pallets. So what do we normally do? Well, normally what I'll do is I'll take, and sometimes we use the pallets whole. There's lots of uses just for pallets. You can make, throw up fencing, make quick pens for animals and all kinds of other things. But generally what I will do is I'll come and cut right along here with a saw, a circular saw or reciprocating saw, and then I'll come with a reciprocating saw or a sawzall and cut the nails off right in between here. So I'll get this long usable piece of wood here, or slat. Generally they're between 36 and 45 inches long, and you can use those to make all kinds of things. So here's a few that I started taking apart, and here's kind of what you end up with. I didn't take these ones apart like I normally do, but these ones have a lot of nails I'll have to pull out. But you end up with these slats, and you can use these for quite a few different things. A lot of these are oak. Some of the stuff is pine, but still usable. This is almost like a 2x4 here, so you can use those for posts or fencing or all kinds of other projects. So I will be using a whole lot of this wood. People always ask, where do you get pallets from? You can find pallets everywhere. Go to an industrial park, go to those little places tucked back in the corner of just about every city where they've got warehouses and manufacturing companies, trucking companies, all that stuff. I guarantee you, if you stop in their office and just say, hey, do you guys have a pile of old pallets around here that I could take? They will probably be thankful, because what they normally do with broken up pallets, stuff they can't return, they normally will burn them. They'll throw them in a pile and burn them. They'll have to throw them away. They have to find somewhere to dump them. And so you're actually doing them a favor. Most people have been very happy with me coming by and getting them. There's a company that I work with here close to where we live that they said anytime, just stop in, let them know I'm going to go and go back, and they give me permission to just go back to their warehouse area and load up. So you can find them anywhere, you just have to look. And if it would ever warm up here in Michigan, it's like 32 degrees today, I would be able to get started on this. Lots of projects that will be coming up on the channel are actually going to be pallet projects. I'm going to be doing all kinds of things this summer, but mainly we're going to be starting with gardening. So let me show you our kitchen garden and kind of some of the plans we have to convert from a traditional garden over to a raised bed garden. A little sneak peek at what's going inside the greenhouse, but here's a good example of what you could use pallet wood for. I mean, this wall here I made out of a tongue and groove type of wood that I have left over from another project, but on the other end of the greenhouse I may use pallet wood. I could do a whole pallet wall out of those 36 to 45 inch slats of wood. I think it would turn out really nice. Remember the baling leaves video? I tried to move it and it broke. But it's still here. I might try to gather it back together and plant something in it this year. So here's the kitchen garden. It's right up by our house. We've got the invisible trellis up by the house here, and this was all wood chipped and pathed out and sectioned out for last year. I'll put a link to some of those videos up in the corner there as well. This year, rather than doing a traditional garden, we're going to convert most of this, hopefully more than half of it, to raised beds. So for instance, here we had rows of vegetables in this area, and what I'd like to do is just put in one big long raised bed that goes here, maybe 3 of them, real long ones. This is south, so you always want the raised beds to face or run north and south. And probably do the same thing up by the house here, make a raised bed all along the garage, excuse me, and do some kind of trellising there. So raised beds are a great way to garden. I'll do more videos on that actually, because I think there's a lot to be said about what to choose as far as raised beds go or traditional garden. Raised beds are an awesome option, and we used to have raised beds at our old house on the smaller little suburban homestead, and we loved them. We have a great soil mix we use, and just excellent, especially for root crops and just anything. We really enjoyed the raised bed gardening over the traditional gardening we did last year. However, they do cost money. So one of the ways you can kind of minimize the cost when you're looking at building raised beds or you know, starting off from nothing is using pallets. Pallet wood makes great raised beds, and it's totally free. You can even reclaim nails. I've seen people building really large raised beds, you know, without even having to buy a single nail or screw. So that's what we plan to do here. Since we're on a really tight budget for our gardens here, we're going to use all that pallet wood and make a lot of really big raised beds. And so that should be an interesting improvement here for the spring season. So the goat hay feeder out here has been working really well, and this is made out of 2 pallets. It has really kept the mess down completely. I mean, there's still some hay on the ground. Most all of this is from when I was just feeding them on the ground right here. This really makes very little waste. These guys, we got some new goats in here just to share also. But that's just a super simple project. A couple pallets screwed together, and I have a video on that also, working really well. This is our top bar beehive. This is actually built out of all reclaimed wood from an old picnic table. However, this could have been very easily built out of pallet wood also. Another thing that we could use that great resource for. So Langstroth hives also would be a better choice probably for pallet beehives, and that's something that I plan on messing around with, is building a Langstroth hive. But you could very easily build a top bar or a Langstroth hive out of pallet wood completely. So those stretchers right there, you know, the legs for it could be made out of those 2x4s from the pallets. All this wood here could be made out of pallet wood. The top could be made out of pallets. Everything can be joined together and used that way. And all of the top bars in this hive are actually made out of pallet wood. It's all just ripped down to I think they're 1.5 inch sections, and that's what I used for all the top bars here. We've got a bunch of different little rabbitries here, and these all need to be redone and redesigned this year. These were bought actually as a gift for us for my daughter's little rabbit operation, but we plan on converting the coop run over there into a rabbitry, and we'll probably be using a lot of pallet wood for that also. But you could very easily build little hutches like this for rabbits or other small animals, guinea pigs, and things like that out of that pallet wood. I think it would turn out really nice. So there are so many things that you can use this pallet wood for. What an excellent resource, especially if you're starting a new farm or homestead, or just starting to get into this stuff. You don't have a lot of money to spend. That's us. So it's really nice to be able to go out and get a free resource, and just, it does take time. You're trading time for money. They do take more time. There's no doubt that using this type of reclaimed wood it does involve more of your time, and that's what all this is about. We're trading in money for our time. Well, I could be out working and making money somewhere at a job, you know, off-site, you know, driving 60 minutes away somewhere, making money every day, and then I could spend that on some nice treated wood and build raised bed gardens. Or I can work at home with my family, my kids, and my wife, and you can use free resources and maybe take a day to do it, but tear these down and get the wood and pull the nails, and you got yourself, you know, some really usable lumber. So that's what this is all about to us, and there's so many uses for pallets around the homestead. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think? What are some things some ideas of things that you would like to make or could make or have made with pallets? I would also challenge you. Right up above somewhere there should be a search box for YouTube. Type in pallet projects. You're gonna find an unlimited amount of resources of people who have built all kinds of very, very cool things with pallet wood. So check it out. We have some videos on some pallet projects also that we've done. Check those out as well. But man, YouTube is just a great resource for this kind of stuff. So thumbs up on the video, guys. Subscribe to follow along. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.